Dear students, how are you all? Hopefully you are well. Today we are going to discuss about chapter 14. This is very new chapter for you, or new method or topic for you also, because this name, the chapter name is probability. It is also very important for your SSC exam too. Okay, today we are actually going to discuss about some CQs. Our first CQ is question number 11. In this question there is talking about the employees employed in a factory. So some employees are actually working in a factory, can be classified based on the types of the work they perform. So there is some categories they are actually work. There is 4 categories actually. First is management, then the inspection, then production, and finally the office work. So there is 157 actually employee who are in the management part. There is some 52 persons who are from inspection part. There is some the 1473 are from production and 215 from the office work. And our total is also here, that is 1897 person who are actually total employee for this factory. And here we have to actually find some probability, and what here is talking about, if a person is selected randomly. So we have to select a person from this employee. Okay, what is the probability for the person being? So here is talking about the person and selected a person. Okay, so we have to just select from the person from these categories. Our first question is, we have to find a probability to find a management duty. Okay, so here is our management duty and here is our total part. So this is our favorable part and that is our total part. Okay, what I was talking about earlier, or the in your basic lecture, that is to find out the probability. To find out the probability, one formula we must have to follow, that is the favorable divided by total event. Favorable event divided by total event. So favorable event, at the case of management duty, our favorable event is 157 and our total event is 1897. So the probability to find out the management duty, that is nothing but the 157 divided by 1897. That is the answer from the question number 1. Now here is second question, is talking about probability to find out the management or production duty. So what is the probability to find out the management? Management is this divided by this. At the case of production, that must be production favorable is this and total is this. So just here is given or. So another formula we have to remember, that is if there is or, that must be plus, and if we find something like and, that must be multiply. So here is the another very important formula for us to find out this probability chapter. Okay, now so probability of management, that is we have already found, that is 157 divided by 1897 plus, since here is or, the production part is 1473 divided by 1897. Okay, so if we are just going for the LCM, then we get our final answer. So our answer will be, what it can be, 1897 and 157 plus 1473. If we are adding this, then we get 1897 and here 730. So 7, 8, 8 and 5, that is 3, 5 and 1, that is 6, and here is 1. So 1630 divided by, we get actually the answer, which is the probability from management or the production. Okay, number 3 number question says, not in our production duty, not in the production duty. So what is the probability to production duty? The probability to find out a person who is from actually production duty is this, we have just find earlier. So since it is not, so it will be 1 minus 1473 divided by 1897. Then it can be 1897 divided by just LCM 1897 minus 1473, then it is actually 3 4, so 7 2 and 4 4. So it is for 3274 and 7 2 and 448. Okay, so it is this divided by 1897. That is the answer. And here actually we have used a formula also, and that formula name is occur plus not occur equals to 1. We are using this formula. So since our occur, that means our production probability to find out a production duty officer, that was this, that was a probability, and here we are talking about not, that's why it is 1 minus this. Okay, that is how we can solve these types of math. Thank you. Okay, and dear students, so this is our second question, and second question is our question number 12, and this question number says, out of 2000 newly licensed driver, they are just getting the license very newly, the following number of drivers violate of traffic rules in a single day. So this is the chart where the licensed newly licensed driver are violating the rules. So among the 2000 drivers, there is 910 drivers who haven't actually break any law or violate any law, but there is 46 drivers who generally violate the law in a day for at least once. So 2 times violate for 18%, 3 times is 12, and 4 times is 9, and more than 4 times it can be 5 6 7 8 9 10 or something like that. That is the 5 per driver. Okay, so here our question actually says the probability that a driver has violated traffic rules once. It is the keyword. Okay, so the probability that a driver has violated the traffic rule once. So once, here is our once for the, here is 1, so here 46 our favorable event. So our answer should be 46 divided by addition of all of this, and we know the addition of all of this is 2000 because here is given 2000 newly licensed driver. That's why our answer must be this. Okay, so 46 divided by 2000. If we just minimize it by dividing 4 or 2, it will be 2 and 3, and if it is divided, then it will be 1000. So it can be written as 23 by 1000, and that is our required answer. Okay, now our second question says probability that a driver has violated traffic rules more than 4 times. What is our keyword? That is my question to you, and I think you can understand. Yes, here the more than 4 times is our keyword, and favorable event that must be our more than 5 times, that is 5 persons. So our answer must be 5 divided by 2000, and that will be 1 by 400. That is our required answer. Thank you. Okay, so our third question is question number 13, and this question is talking about form a probability tree. We have to actually draw a probability tree, which for tossing a coin, for a coin, and throwing for a dice. So we have to just draw a probability tree where we have to tossing a coin, and at the same time there will be the dice successively. Okay, so what actually the probability tree mean? Probability tree means actually all of the events must have to include on that tree. That is called the probability tree. How? Suppose it can be solved 2 ways. First way is, suppose a coin has been, coin or toss, okay, coin or toss has been flipped for 1 times, then toss has 2 sides, one is head and other side is tail, and if at the toss or coin, if there is head, and at the case of head, the dice can be given 6 parts. Dice can be given 6 parts, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. We know that the side of the dice has 6. Similarly, at the case of tail, there will be again 6 events, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the probability we can draw at the case of tossing a coin and the throwing a dice successively. So we can draw this, and after this we also can give the sample space. Okay, just here is talking about the probability tree, and I wanted to show this is the answer, but I wanted to show the another way we can solve this question again. That is the alternative method. That is, it can be looks like that. At the case of dice, there is 6 events, and it can be 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 at the case of dice. And in the dice, for getting 1, there is 2 probable event can be get from the coin, because here is the event for the dice, but we have to also flip a coin. At the case of coin, we get head and tail after getting 1 from the dice. Similarly, we get head and tail. At the case of 2, we can get also head and tail. At the case of 3, at the case of 4, it is also head and tail can be found. It is also head and tail. It is also head and tail. So this is a probability tree for tossing a coin and throwing a dice successively, as well as this. So which one is easier for you, you may use. Thank you. Okay, dear students, this is our fourth CQ, and this fourth CQ, this is our question number 14, and this question 14 here is given tossing of a coin. So how many times we actually toss the coin, 1 2 or 3? Here is given 3 part, and what we have to find, we have to find actually the all possible outcomes by drawing our probability tree. So we have to draw a probability tree, and we have to give the sample space, and here we have to find some probability. Okay, let's see. Our first question is one tossing of a coin. So a coin must be tossed for once. It will be, suppose this is our coin or toss. Okay, we may write here the coin also, no problem. If anyone write C, okay, no problem. At the case of coin, 2 things can be found, head and tail, and here at the case of coin it is head and tail. So our sample space will be head and tail, and our probability of T, so here is given 1 head and 1 tail. So here how many T is here? Only 1. And how many total events is here? Here is actually 2 events. So our answer will be half, our favorable event divided by our total events. Okay, now 2 tossing of a coin. So a coin must be tossed for twice. It can be a coin, if we are just tossed for the first time, it will be head and tail. At the case of head, there is head and tail, and at the case of tail, it can be head and tail can be found. So our sample space will be head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. So our question here given probability to get 1 head from here. How many 1 head is there? 1 and 2. So here is 1 head and here is 1 head. So our favorable outcome is 2, and our total outcome was 4. So it can be written as half, and that is our answer. And here probability of HT, how many HT is here? Here is only 1 HT is here, not TH. There is talking about the HT, that's why it is. So it can be written as 1 by 4. And finally there are 3 tossing of a coin. So a coin must be tossed for 3 times. So it is head and tail. Then at the case of head, here we get head and tail. At the case of head, we also get head and tail. At the case of tail, we get head and tail. Similarly, at the case of tail, we get head and tail, and here we get head, tail, and this here we also get head and tail. So our sample space can be head, 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 tail, head, head, tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, head, and head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail. Similarly, tail, head, tail, tail, head, tail, head, tail, then tail, head, tail, tail, head, head, then tail, tail, head, tail, tail, head, and here tail, tail, and tail, 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 and tail. So this is our sample space what we have to enclosed by a second bracket. Okay, so here the question says probability to get 3 A's at a time. Here only one is 3 A's, and here is total outcome is what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So our answer will be 1 by 8, since 8 is our total event and one thing is our favorable event. And finally P of 2 A's. So how many 2 A's is here? Here is 1 2 and 3, only 3, here, here, and here we get 3 A's, and other there is no 3 A's, so it can be 3 by 8, and that is our required answer. Okay, dear students, this is our 5th CQ for us. It's a very long lecture to you, don't be upset. Okay, our 5th lecture is a little bit different from our usual thing. That is, the question says the probability that a certain person, one person actually travel from where, Dhaka to Rajshahi by train. It's a very important thing in this question. These are the very important keywords. Okay dear, the probability that certain person will travel from Dhaka to Rajshahi by train is 5 by 9. So Dhaka to Rajshahi by train is 5 by 9. That subsequently the person will travel from Rajshahi to Dinajpur, Rajshahi to Dinajpur by bus is 2 by 7. These are the very important keywords. Again, I have been said for you, because now we have to find using the probability tree. So we have to draw a probability tree as our solution, and we have to find the probability of Rajshahi by train and Dinajpur not by bus, and also you have to find the probability not by train to Rajshahi and Dinajpur by bus. We have to find these two probability. Okay, first of all we have to draw a probability tree. Here, travel Dhaka to Rajshahi. Okay, travel Dhaka to Rajshahi. This is the first destination, that is our Dhaka, and our second destination is Rajshahi. Okay, so this Dhaka to Rajshahi can be goes by two ways. How? One way can be the by train. Dhaka to Rajshahi is 5 by 9, so it is here by train, and it can be not by train also, not train or not by train. Why? Because here the probability is 5 by 9. So when the person travel Dhaka to Rajshahi, that is 5 by 9, that means from the 9 times travel, they travel 5 times, among 5 times in by train, and other 4, here is total 9, 5 times is from train, so there will be 4 times for train. So 4 by 9 is for train. Maybe you have some confusion about this calculation. If you have any confusion, then you may go over that formula, that is occur plus not occur equals to 1. That means train plus not by train equals to 1. So by train is 5 by 9 plus not by train, we don't know what not by train, what, equals to 1. So our it will be not by train can be what, 1 minus 5 by 9, 1 minus 5 by 9, and if we are just calculating this, then we get 9 minus 5, then it can be 4 by 9. So this is how we can solve this 4 by 9, or directly we can think that among 9 times 5 times is by train and the rest of the 4 times he actually journeyed by the not by train. Okay, so this is our first part, and second part is he have to travel subsequently, that means Dhaka to Rajshahi, then Rajshahi to again Dinajpur. So Rajshahi to Dinajpur can be travel by bus or not by bus, so can be bus or not by bus. So Rajshahi to where they were actually going the Dinajpur, Dinajpur. Okay, it is by bus and not by bus. So here Rajshahi to Dinajpur generally he travel at among 7 times, 2 times is by bus and rest of the 5 times actually by not by bus. Similarly here just write the same thing. Rajshahi, yeah, it can be Dhaka to Rajshahi not by train, but here bus, here not by bus. It is 2 by 7, this is 5 by 7, it is Dinajpur and it is also the Dinajpur. So now our question is probability to Rajshahi by train and Dinajpur not by bus. So by train Rajshahi to Dhaka to Rajshahi by train is what, 5 by 9, and we are here just write here 5 by 9 into, why into, because here is and. Our first part, or when we are just talking about our basic lecture, on that basic lecture we have discussed about our and. When there is and, there will be multiply, when there will be or, that is plus. So here is and, that's why it should be multiply with Dinajpur not by bus. So here by train Dinajpur to Rajshahi by train, and here from Rajshahi to Dinajpur not by bus. That means our 5 by 7, and if we are multiplying then it will be 25 by 63. That is the answer. Okay, similarly probability not by train to Rajshahi, not by train where, here is not by train, so 4 by 9 into Dinajpur by bus. So from here to by bus is 2 by 7, just multiplying the 2 by 7, then it will be 8 by 63. That is the our second answer. Thank you. Okay dear students, so this is our last CQ for you, and this is our CQ number 16. This question is very much familiar or very much similar to our question number 15. Here the question says the probability that a person will travel from Dhaka to Chittagong. Dhaka to Chittagong, how? By train, by bus and take a flight. This 3 way can be gone. So here actually draw a probability tree. So first we have to draw a probability. So from Dhaka to Chittagong can be goes by 3 ways. First Dhaka to Chittagong, so CH, Dhaka to Chittagong, Dhaka to Chittagong and Dhaka to Chittagong. By which? By train. When it is train, that is 2 by 9. When it is bus, it is 3 by 7. When you're talking about flight, it is 1 by 9. Okay, so this is the train path, this is the bus path, and this is the flight path. Now the probability that subsequently, that means from Chittagong to Cox's Bazar, what, to Cox's Bazar by bus is 2 by 9. So it can be goes from here to Cox's Bazar by bus, or how? By car, by bus or by car. So this is bus and this is car. So by bus it is 2 by 5, by car that is 3 by 7. Similarly Cox to Cox, it is actually by bus or by car. By bus is 2 by 5 and by car is 3 by 7. Similarly from here to Cox, it can be also by bus or car. Okay, from Chittagong to Cox's Bazar by bus is 2/5 and car is 3/7. Now what we have to found, actually this is the very easiest probability tree we have been just drawn. That is, now we have to find the probability tree where to Chattogram by train where here is our by train, and to Cox's Bazar how by bus, and by bus is our 2/5. Just multiplying these two and that is our required answer. So 2/9 into 2/5, this is nothing but the 4 or here 4/45. 4/45 is our required answer. So can you understand, my dear students, how it actually comes? Here just we have to find the path, that which path the person has actually gone from the from departure from which part. Okay, now we got our path, and here since here is our end, so we have to multiply these two. Okay, that's all for our today's lecture. Hopefully this lecture is very much useful for you and benefited for you. Keep same, remain happy. Thank you very much.